Gaeil, in your own time, you are on.
Hi, Gail here. We are covering topics in the psychic, spiritual, life area, and today we are going to talk about 2020. A little bit about 2020 because it's the beginning of a new decade. It is like a double change year. That's how it came to me. 1010 was a massive change year, where a lot of things in our evolution and humankind changed. 2020 is very similar. There's double impact in some ways though. The way we have been living, the way we have been making money, the way we have been using technologies, the way that we have been doing medicine, the way all of these things will change. Not overnight, but this year is the year where things start to shift gear. 2019 very much was about the past and all the things from the past being put right, being made balanced, being sorted. The people who chose to no longer be part of this new era, if you like, a little bit like in 2000, have chosen to leave and go home. The rest of us are here because we have chosen to be part of the exciting new developments that are coming into our economy, every way of our life. We see it with the young ones where they are very focused and very dedicated to improving the environment, improving the way we do things, improving the things that we use. And they're the first generation that are going to be listened to. We did try our part back in the day. And then we got sucked into the system believing there was no possible change, that it must stay that way. The young ones that are out there today, no change must happen. They have an urgency about them. They have a motivation that things cannot continue the way they are. So all of our energy systems, that includes, fossil fuels and things like that we use for our cars. We can see it already starting to change with electricity, the electric car and all that kind of stuff. But there's way bigger things that it will include, and it goes across the spectrum of everything that we're involved with within our lives. So it's quite exciting. There are, on a personal level, for a lot of you, there will be quite big internal shifts, internal changes. You might one day wake up and go, this is not my life. This is not the life I signed up for. This is who am I? And you might actually know enough about who you are to go, well, I don't fit with this model anymore. I don't fit in my lifestyle. I don't fit in my work. And because of that, there will be people who are literally shifting countries, shifting houses, shifting environments, shifting workplaces in big, significant ways, not just going to the same job in a different place, but doing a completely different kind of work. We're going to do a few cards with January 2020 because that's our first month, and because January is very much when we're reflecting on what are we going to do this year, what do we want to achieve this year, what is something that is different and something that is new. Because we're doing that, we are going to be more open to the energy that comes in. So every year we have a different kind of vibration, a different energy, a different feel that comes in, and I haven't seen the energy just yet because I'm pre-recording this. I'm getting a sense that this energy has a huge feeling of excitement, possibilities, anticipation for what is to come. And because it's going to create positive changes, because it's going to improve our lives and improve politics, governments, focuses, all that kind of stuff, that what's it going to look like, anticipation is going to be with all of us in a different way. For those of you who find that you have some kind of awakening inside you of, what am I doing? What do I want to do? There's more. It will come in a probably more dramatic way than normal beginning of year. It will be something that's very personal to you. We could say that sense of life purpose very much clicks into place for a lot of you this year. And life purpose doesn't mean it's going to hit you over the head. But for some of you, you will absolutely feel quite different. You'll go, what do I really want to do? And it'll be like you've just opened your eyes and woken up for the first time in your lives. And all the way through 2020, these things are going to happen. By the time we get to the end of 2020, we will have seen on a global level different things changing, different structures beginning to move. We've got the quantum physics, quantum science side of things that will become a little bit more, I suppose, highlighted. We have our economies will change and shift because not just because they have to, but just because people are looking for the essence more, the meaning more, the value more. Kindness and compassion will be valued way higher than it ever has. Everything in the field of the psychic, the spiritual, will be, people will want to know more. They will feel some kind of, call it a calling, but some kind of what is the more, and they'll want to find out about it. So part of what I do for people is that I can help you navigate through all of the shifts and changes you go through. I can help navigate you through all of your life situations. I can help you make sense of why, where, how, when. I have had a lot of practice all my life actually, since I was very, very small, and asked zillions of questions. And whether you believe in a God, or you believe in the universal energy, or you believe in something else, whatever that is, there is an essence of something else in our lives which adds to, enriches, and makes our lives easier. So a lot of people have been looking at what that is and where that is and if that is. So I just invite you to go have a little look. You can come see me if you like, but go, internet's great. If it doesn't sit with you, then just leave it to the side. If it doesn't feel like it rings true to you, don't take it on board. We're already in different stages for different information, and let's face it, on the internet, some of the information is kind of flawed or completely wrong, and other is very valid. So if it feels valid, then it is something that will help you. If it doesn't feel valid, just leave it. But I do invite you to explore more this year, to open your minds, your hearts, your awareness to what else, because this is the interesting, exciting, I call it magical part of our lives we were never taught. And it just makes life worth living a little more sometimes. I'm going to have a quick little look for you as a general for January. We'll have a little look and just see what you can expect. Okay, we've got our New Year resolutions, we've got our New Year ideas, we've got that newness of energy. We all feel it, even if we don't recognise it, but sometimes it just feels new. It just feels like we get to start again. We get to, give it another go. So I'm going to pick a couple of cards. Perhaps we'll just take it as we come, but we'll pick a couple of cards and we'll have a little look at what is coming for you in a very general way in January 2020. January 2020. Interesting. I say that because I went to pick up a card and it wasn't that one I picked up at all. So in January, I would encourage you, if you have any kind of thoughts about or ideas about spirituality, say, whether they're religious ones or whether they're just a feeling that there's more to you than what people see, speak it. Tell people who you see yourself as, how you truly see yourself. It may surprise them because we all know that people have a perception of us, and that perception we know isn't all of who we are, but we also go, well, that's just not me at all. How can you think that? So the encouragement is to talk, let people know who you are, show people who you are through your actions. Do things that maybe not be conventional, not PC, but that means something to you. And when you do that, you are in some way sharing knowledge. You are sharing, you're instructing people in ways they can freely be themselves. And it's kind of a special thing. I get this feeling as well that if you choose to do something that works for you, that might not make sense to someone else, that others will notice. Maybe you'll be seen for the first time. Maybe people will go, hey, tell me more, or that's interesting. Maybe discussions will be generated with what you say than someone else says. There is this well-known fact that if you have the courage to speak about what you have experienced in your life, somewhat psychically or spiritually, other people can share what they also have experienced. And it might surprise you just how many people in your environment have actually had the kind of weird things happen in their lives. A lot of people have seen spirit. A lot of people, and it may have been only once in their lives, but a lot of people at a significant time of somebody's passing or tragedy, they have seen things. They have seen angels. They have seen sort of impressions of spirit in the room. And it's because it's real. Our eyes are closed to only see what is in front of us. However, we have eyes that can see what is not just in front of us. So this month, January, just dare to speak what you have experienced. You'd be interested at the response. January 2020, let's have a look at something else. There will be chapters in your life which will have ended with 2019, and there will be other things still left in January for you to resolve, for you to finish up, for you to tie up loose ends. It's very, very important in January. We are at the start of a new decade. We are in a very powerful year where there is huge change and much change, and that is within you and externally. If you are carrying any hurt or pain, if you have questions that are unanswered, I encourage you to get them answered. I encourage you to resolve the pain by understanding it in some way. It is part of what I do in my role, is to help people to get to that point. This year, if you have less to carry with you, it's easier for you to navigate through these changes for you in your life. So resolve as much as you can from the past. Come to a place of peace, acceptance that it is what it is, even can help. So January 2020. January 2020 holds the promise of an amazing life, an amazing year for you. It's the start of things coming together, and we had a full moon on the 12th of the 12th, 2019. And that full moon and meteor shower at the same time promised that the things we've been wishing and hoping for will come about. For those of you who practice manifestation and law of attraction to attract into your life that which you want, then there is every possibility those things will come about during this year and from this year forward. So we have a really positive year this year. There's a lot of happiness. The changes are good changes. They make us feel freer, happier, and like I said before, speak your truth, say what you believe, and you will be surprised at how freeing that is and how happy that makes you. So this is just an overview of January 2020, and it looks like the start of a good year. On another subject, let's have a little look at, I just wanted to talk to you about, have you ever felt different? Have you ever felt like somehow you don't fit? How it's hard work to be what others want you to be, or to fit into the world how the world wants you to be, or to meet the expectations that are there for all of us. And there is something that I do want to share with you. If you have felt from the time you were born that you were in the wrong family, that you didn't know these people, that you didn't understand life, that you always felt like you were the odd one out, that you were different and that there was something wrong with you because of that. If you have felt that way and you've felt alone during your life, where you feel like nobody gets you, nobody understands you, you can't fit with the way that life is, it's because you're not meant to. It's because you are meant to be a trailblazer. You are meant to find out who you truly are and not apologize for that. Fitting in and blending in we can do by knowing social cues, and we can learn those. I didn't know them, I learned them. And if you have felt alone, I just want you to know you are not alone. There are many, many, many people who care about you, love you, not just in this world but in spirit. And your path is one where you will feel like you're on your own, and that's because you're in the front. That's because you're leading. That's because you're there to make the path for others to follow. And you can do it in the way of, artistic endeavours. You can do it in a way of, financial endeavours. You can do it in a way of any way you like, in any area you like. Find out about you. Very important to find out about you. You are important. If you feel alone, you've got a purpose, like everyone else, but this purpose is that you need to feel alone to find it. And on that note, if you want to contact me, my number is 021 466 545. 021 4166 545. Sorry, get that right.